Hey there, welcome back to my channel. We all have a lot to say in our speech. But the million-dollar question is, how do we start our speech? In this video, I'm going to teach you 10 different ways in which you can start your speech. And I'm going to show you this using examples from some popular speeches. You interested? Come on in. The first method to start a speech is by shocking your audience and then cracking a joke to put them at ease. In this way, your audience will go for a quick roller coaster ride in terms of emotions, and you will be able to instantly grab their attention. I'm going to play a clip to demonstrate this method. The clip is from Toastmasters International, and the speaker is Mohammed Katani. This speech won him the first place in the World Championship of Public Speaking held in 2015. Take a look.
What? Oh, you all think smoking kills? Let me tell you something. Do you know that the amount of people dying from diabetes are 3 times as many people dying from smoking? Yet if I pulled a Snicker bar, nobody would say anything. Do you know that the leading cause of lung cancer is not actually a cigarette? It's your DNA. You could smoke for years and nothing will ever happen to you. This whole war against smoking is just to restrict the farming of tobacco. Mr. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I use these arguments, even though I just made them up, with a group of my friends. And the results, 5 of them believed what I said. 2 of them started smoking. Words, when said and articulated in the right way, can change someone's mind. They can alter someone's belief. You have the power to bring someone from the slums of life and make a successful person out of them. Or destroy someone's happiness using only your words. Does that seem a bit too good to be true? A simple choice of word can make a difference between someone accepting or denying your message. You can have a very beautiful thing to say, but say it in the wrong words and it's gone.
Power of words. What an awesome way to begin a speech. Everybody was shocked when he pulled out that cigarette from his pocket. What would have gone through everyone's mind when he did that? How can you smoke a cigarette on stage? But he beautifully explained the power of words using it. I have to show you this photo. I had the privilege of meeting Mohammed Katani himself when he came to Chennai in the month of May in 2019. You see me standing in the middle, him to the right and my father to the left, and I was sandwiched in the middle. But let me tell you this. I had goosebumps when I shook his hand. What an incredible speaker. Method number 2. Start with humility. Humble yourself in front of the audience and they will love you for it. The clip I'm going to show you is a commencement address at MIT in 2016 given by Matt Damon. Take a look.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, President Rife. Thank you, class of 1966. That was alarming, walking along and seeing 66 and then somebody saying, oh, it's their 50th. I almost had a heart attack. Time flies. And mostly thank you to the class of 2016. It is such an honor to be part of your day. It's an honor to be here with you, with your friends, your professors, and your parents. But let's be honest, this is an honor I didn't really earn. I'm just going to put that out there. I mean, I've seen the list of previous commencement speakers, Nobel Prize winners, the UN Secretary General, President of the World Bank, President of the United States. And who did you get? The guy who did the voice for a cartoon horse. If you're wondering which cartoon horse, that's Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron, a movie some of you might have grown up watching. It's definitely one of my best performances as a cartoon horse. Well, look, I don't even have a college degree. As you might have heard, I went to Harvard. I just didn't graduate from Harvard. I got pretty close, but I started to get movie roles, and I didn't finish all my courses. But I put on a cap and gown, and I walked with my class. My mom and dad and brother were there and everything. I just never got an actual degree. You could say I kind of fake graduated. So you can imagine how excited I was when President Reif called to invite me to speak at the MIT commencement. And then you can imagine how sorry I was to learn that the MIT commencement speaker does not get to go home with a degree. So yes, for the second time in my life, I am fake graduating from a college in my hometown.
Did you see the way he humbled himself? Let me tell you this. Forbes has ranked Matt Damon as one of the most bankable actors. The total collection of all his movies is over $3 billion in the North American box office alone. Yet, did you see how he humbled himself? Isn't that awesome? Method number 3 is to start with an unexpected punchline and grab the attention of the audience. The clip you're gonna see is a commencement address given by Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft Corporation, at Harvard in 2007. Take a look.
Thank you. President Bach, former President Rudenstein, incoming President Faust, members of the Harvard Corporation and the Board of Overseers, members of the faculty, parents, and especially the graduates. I've been waiting more than 30 years to say this. Dad, I always told you I'd come back and get my degree.
Did you see the way he started the speech with a punchline? He said, and I quote, "Dad, I always told you I'd come back and get my degree." Did you see the way the audience erupted with laughter when he said that? He got their attention right there. What an epic way to start a speech. The fourth method is to claim victory at the beginning of your speech. This is especially useful in cases where you want to inspire your audience to achieve something big. I'm going to show you a clip of Martin Luther King Jr., one of the greatest leaders and an American civil rights activist. This is one of the famous speeches that he gave in the month of August in 1963 about civil rights and ending racism.
I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. Five score years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My four little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
The clip you just saw is considered to be one of the most inspiring speeches ever. This inspired millions of people to join the fight against racism. The fifth method is to start your speech with a dramatic opening. This captures the attention of your audience. This clip is from one of my most favorite speakers, Ramona J. Smith. She gave the speech at the World Championship of Public Speaking in 2018, and it won her the first place. Let's take a look.
Life will sometimes feel like a fight. The punches, jabs, and hooks will come in the form of challenges, obstacles, and failures. Yet if you stay in the ring and learn from those past fights, at the end of each round, you'll be still standing.
Punches, jabs, and hooks. What a dramatic way to start a speech. Wasn't that amazing? Method number 6. Crack jokes from the word go. Have a lot of jokes at the beginning of your speech to loosen up your audience and build a rapport with them. The clip you're gonna see is a speech by Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook. This is a commencement address he gave at the Harvard University in 2017. Take a look.
I love this place. Thank you all for coming out in the rain, the pouring rain. We're going to make this worth it for you. President Faust, Board of Overseers, faculty, friends, alumni, proud parents, members of the ad board, and graduates of the greatest university in the world, I am honored to be here with you today because, let's face it, you accomplished something I never could. If I get through this speech today, it'll be the first time I actually finish something here at Harvard. Class of 2017, congratulations!
Did you see how he built that rapport with the students and professors alike? Wasn't that awesome? Method number 7. Start by congratulating your audience. This way, you make them feel happy and they can relate to your speech better. The clip you're gonna see is a commencement address for the class of 2020 given by Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google and Alphabet. Take a look.
Hello everyone, and congratulations to the class of 2020, as well as your parents, your teachers, and everyone who helped you get to this day. I never imagined I'd be giving a commencement speech with no live audience from my backyard, but it's giving me a much deeper understanding for what our YouTube creators go through.
Did you see that? He didn't stop with just congratulating the students. He also congratulated the parents, teachers, and everyone who supported the students. Guess how many hearts he won with that speech? Method number 8. Invoke curiosity among your audience. This way they pay more attention to what you have to say. The clip you're gonna see is a speech by Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson, one of the most influential astrophysicists of our time. Take a look.
Good evening. Thanks for that warm welcome. Normally you save that for the end so that I earn it. Okay, I just want to earn that from you. The sun came out today. I thought that was kind of interesting. In fact, I might tweet that right now, if I may. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay? So I have a tweet ready to go there. Let's see. In Seattle now, the sun came out today and people reacted joyously. Must be a rare event. Okay. 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 So we'll check back in on that later, why don't we? And let's get back to... Am I there? Now, what I'm really going to do, this is really a talk on the musings of an astrophysicist. That's really what's going on here. This lecture might not even be coherent, because I'm just spilling out perspectives on things, just scattering them into the wind for you to receive, okay? So there's a little bit of everything tonight. I hope you don't mind. Now, often talks like this are just sort of loosely veiled commercials for some book somebody's going to sell. But this was no exception to that. No, actually, no, I don't like giving book talks because you can just read the book. If I'm there in person, I might as well talk about something you can't get from a book. So some of what I'll be talking about is in books, but the collection of it all together, you're not getting anywhere except here and now.
This was a speech he gave at the University of Washington in 2011. Did you see how he began the speech? He said, and I quote, "I'm in Seattle now. The sun came up and people reacted joyously. Must be a rare event." Think about how he took a trivial event and made people think about it. Isn't that great? Method number 9 to start your speech. Bring back old memories and instantly connect with your audience. This is useful when you and the audience go way back. The clip you're gonna see is a speech by Michelle Obama, the former First Lady of USA. She gave the speech in 2016 at the National Democratic Convention. Take a look.
Oh! Thank you all. Thank you so much. You know, it's hard to believe that it has been 8 years since I first came to this convention to talk with you about why I thought my husband should be president. Remember how I told you about his character and conviction, his decency and his grace, the traits that we've seen every day that he served our country in the White House. I also told you about our daughters, how they are the heart of our hearts, the center of our world, and during our time in the White House, we've had the joy of watching them grow from bubbly little girls into poised young women, a journey that started soon after we arrived in Washington, when they set off for their first day at their new school. I will never forget that winter morning as I watched our girls, just 7 and 10 years old, pile into those black SUVs with all those big men with guns. And I saw their little faces pressed up against the window, and the only thing I could think was, what have we done? See, because at that moment, I realized that our time in the White House would form the foundation for who they would become, and how well we managed this experience could truly make or break them. That is what Barack and I think about every day as we try to guide and protect our girls through the challenges of this unusual life in the spotlight. How we urge them to ignore those who question their father's citizenship or faith. How we insist that the hateful language they hear from public figures on TV does not represent the true spirit of this country. How we explain that when someone is cruel or acts like a bully, you don't stoop to their level. No, our motto is, when they go low, we go high.
Did you see how she brought back memories of a speech that she gave 8 years ago in that same location? And how she reminded them of her daughters and connected with them at an emotional level. Isn't that amazing? Last but not the least, method 10 to start your speech. Prop showcase. Use a prop to capture the audience attention and relate the prop to your message. The clip you're about to see is a speech by Dhananjaya Hettiarachchi in the 2014 Toastmasters International World Championship of Public Speaking, where he won first place. Take a look.
You and I are not very different from this flower. Just like this flower is unique, you are unique. All of us has something special that makes us as beautiful. Do you know what makes you special? Now, the answer to that can be a little difficult to find, because sometimes life has a cruel way of picking out your petals, breaking you in two, and throwing you into the trash. And when you're broken, it's very difficult to feel special. Mr. Contest Chair, my fellow flowers, I can remember the first time I broke. I was 17 years old. I had already flunked high school and managed to get myself arrested. Now, I wasn't afraid of the cops, but there was one person I was very afraid of, and that was my mama. Raise your hand if you have an emotional mother. Let me see. Put them all together, you get mama.
Did you see how he took a fresh rose and explained that, just like the rose, each one of us are unique, special, and beautiful? Isn't that a marvelous way to start a speech? I've given you 10 different ways in which you can start a speech. What is your favorite way to start a speech? Please put that in the comments below. I hope you found value in this video. Now I have a favor to ask you. Please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button to get notified when my next video comes out. Can you do that? Until we meet in my next video, take care, bye bye.